What I wanted to bring to the film, writing-wise, is I just wanted to bring, my life and my perspectives and, my experiences. I wanted to bring them to light.
Is this at all what you thought it'd be
Yes.
when you read it?
It's more than I expected it to be.
In what way?
The actors have breathed life into something that was just words on paper. The script has changed a lot since my first draft. I think it's really evolved into something bigger than my first concept, and I thought it really turned into something great.
This is a script that Ryan had written a couple semesters ago and chose to develop it as something he would pitch for the final project. And I liked it when I first read it. I thought it was very sentimental in a lot of ways. When somebody close to you dies for the first time, you almost feel like a kid again in the sense that you're feeling all these emotions that you may have never felt before. So it was very relatable.
As cinematographer, I definitely wanted to work with Taylor and ensure that, I brought her vision to life. And let's start pulling back. The question was posed, how can we make the bat a character itself? In the way we shot it and the way we plan certain shots, when the film opens, the bat is the first thing that you see.
The casting process, I would have to say, was extremely positive. Positive in multiple ways. One, normally as an actor, when you walk in, you don't see a bunch of smiles in your direction. And the other positive part was they sought out a lot of differences and possibilities for the actor. So I was challenged, and I would say as an actor, it's a little intimidating when you're given a lot of ideas to try out. But I thought it brought out a lot of depth and variety for not only the casting crew, but also for myself as an actor.
When I first came in, I auditioned for the role of Kyle. What drove me to the audition was, I really wanted to do it. I felt like Kyle could be an easy one to do because he's all happy and energetic. But I got to read the role of Cohen.
Because of the way our schedule was and the timing, we ended up having to cast on Halloween Day. So before that, I was a little worried that we weren't going to get as many kids in as I thought, but there ended up being a lot more than expected.
How long have you played in the majors, kid?
Maybe 2 minutes.
Which brings me to how hard it was to narrow down the 4 roles that we had for these kids, because they were all so amazing, and having to choose who was going to do what was a challenge, but I think we made the right decision.
My experience with working with Taylor, I would say, is a really good one because, she's really sweet, first of all, and she's still very professional at the same time. First going into the table read, I would say the experience I had was really great because it was kind of fun matching everybody's voices with all the characters. I just think they did the casting process really well. I can see the personalities in each of the people.
Prepping for production, I thought that it was going to be a breeze just because the team is so well-rounded. We get along with everybody. We keep everything light. We joke around and everything, but still get the job done.
My role in pre-production was to build this set with the help of Chris Henry and Patrick Alexander and Courtney.
Almost. Safety first, Patrick.
These 3 clouds.
I did the choreography for the kids and for the director during after we'd done the table read, and they were so disciplined. I started out umpteen years ago as a stuntman, and these kids were more disciplined than most of the stunt people I've used in LA. They really understood the safety thing that had to happen, and it had to look real. It couldn't look phony, but yet having to do take after take after take, you don't want anybody getting hurt. And they were just spot on all the time. They didn't make any mistakes, and they were offering suggestions I probably never would have thought of.
So the day of the shoot, Clark unfortunately wasn't able to make it, and he was the guy who had coordinated our stunt. So it was kind of all right, so are we going to do the thing we coordinated, and are we going to go through with that, or are we going to try and do something else? And we decided that since Clark wasn't there to watch, we probably shouldn't do what he came up with. So what we did was we actually had me back up, and instead of him dragging me to the ground, I tripped over our pitcher's mound, which was a satellite dish. And Dennis came up to me and he says, hey, I know you did this before on Bullied. I think this would really be good for the scene. It would be totally safe, and if you're comfortable with it, you know, would you be able to do this? And I was like, of course, yeah, I'll totally do that.
Favorite moment on production?
I think the favorite moment.
My favorite moment of the production, I'm not going to say lunch because I know probably everyone's going to say that. Or at least I was thinking it when you first asked the question. But it was probably right before we're going to roll. We call, sound, camera, quiet on the set, the whole thing. And just when we actually roll, everyone's waiting. Everyone's standing there looking at the magic happen. So, I mean, that's just my favorite part, just being on set, watching everything come together.
It's just to come and just see how organized everything was. Everybody knew what they were doing. It was very relaxing. And to play with Jude, he's such a great actor. I truly enjoyed.
The graveyard scene, we got to use the jib. I'm really thankful that we had Burt Guthrie. If I had a question or if it was something I was unsure of, he was there to give advice on the set.
The challenge I face dealing with the exteriors is trying to beat before sundown. The challenge was to hurry up and try to get everyone lit right with shiny boards and foam core and try to keep the sun on their face as much as possible.
On set, we had a lot of problems with sound as far as like the wind. It was like high-speed winds on a few of the days, and we used the Rode blimp microphone suspension system. So having the blimp on those days was a really good thing. Other sound problems would be airplanes. We had lawnmowers. Some guy with a lawnmower came by. Every time we call action, he start the lawnmower up.
Every time we'd do a new take, I had to close the door on Jude, and he would stay outside. It was so cold. That was my challenge. It's for this kid outside there, and I have to close the door every single time, staying warm, nice house, and he had to wait there.
Wardrobe was a big obstacle. There are so many kids and different, multiple days.
I just love the costume picking, just because I love fashion and clothes and everything.
Day 3, when we were shooting all the kids at the baseball field, and it seemed like everybody was just all over the place. There was some actors over here and some actors over there, and Courtney and I couldn't shoot the scene the way that we had discussed it and rehearsed it, so we had to quickly come up with new blocking and a new way to shoot it, and it was a big learning experience.
I really appreciate everyone, including the teachers' help in making this a possibility and reality. I know it's been said before, but we definitely would not have been able to do it without them and their guidance and support.
I was satisfied with the outcome of the production. I think, considering that we have a class of 7 students, how much we were able to prepare and accomplish during production, I think it was really well done. I saw everybody step up in their departments and take control and make decisions and learn from each other and work together, and that was really cool to see.
While working on this film, I really admired and always have admired, the proficiency of KD Conservatory and the students and the teachers carry out their work. There's this level of professionalism that I love about all the productions that come out of this place, and it's really great to work with them.
In this particular movie, the message is that life is short, and you have to appreciate every moment because you never know when it can be taken from you. A lot of times people don't appreciate things until it's gone, and that's not when the time should be. It should be every day.